No, it's not three, not three. All right, so before I redraw the triangles. What'd you get?
Let me recheck
For those of you out there in Zoom land, what is this? The metaverse? Is that correct? Is that when you're out there in the internet world? No? No?
Not yet.
Google land? Google land? On the internet? Okay, oh, it's just called the internet still? They have the internet on computers now. Yeah.
I remember there were really slow ones.
Remember dial-up?
Oh god,
You guys don't even know what I'm talking about.
okay,
You used to have to use your phone number and you would the computer would dial in. To make these weird noises. And then all of a sudden you would see these things start to appear on your screen.
I know what a landline is.
Now you just click on stuff and bam, there it
On a
is.
landline, if you're on a call, someone else picks up like a different landline. I feel like
There used to like I'm totally just wasting people's time that are watching the video now. You're gonna have to fast forward a minute to get by this, okay? We used to have a phone that looked like this. And all the numbers were in here like this.
Yeah. A rotary.
Yeah. And
Yeah, it's a landline.
the phone thing was over here. I'm an artist, by the way, right? And you would pick up the phone, and then let's say you had to dial someone's number, you would go. Like it would be like if this was this 5.
Dude, we're not that young.
Then you got to go.
We're not that young. I mean,
Oh, you guys
we're
know
not that young.
You guys know about these?
Yes.
And you'd have to wait for it used to take like 26 minutes to make a call.
I know, but how my
It wasn't that
grandma
long.
somehow linked it so where anyone could call. And like multiple people calling
Anyways,
And then call waiting happened, and it was like you would click the little thing.
I feel like 3 people can join like
Well, maybe more recent. Okay, I think we're back. Geometry, you ready? Okay. So before I redraw the two similar triangles, why are they similar? Angle, angle. They both have that angle marked congruent. Where is the other angle? Between the 4 and the 6. Yes, the little one and the big one both share that angle. Use the marked angles to help you label your new triangles when you redraw them. So I'm going to draw, I always start in either one of these examples, I start by drawing the big triangle. And I'm going to relate everything to the big triangle. So I'm going to try to draw this as close to the way it looks as possible. I made it a little smaller, whatever. Okay, now I'm not even going to look at the diagram. I'm just going to draw another triangle right here that looks like it. Because I have two similar triangles. That was not good. Okay, they kind of look similar. Now mark the angles. In the big triangle, mark the angles exactly how they appeared. This dude, 2 tick marks. This one, single tick mark. In the little triangle, mark the congruent angles. Similar triangles, the congruent angles, the corresponding angles are congruent. They're in the same spot. That one is over there. Do the same thing over here. Again, I'm not even looking at that diagram. That one's over here. I did those tick marks. That's going to help me label my triangle. The big triangle is easy to label. I know that whole side. It's 12. Good. That's 12. What's this side? 6 plus something. I don't really even know it. Because it's this 6 and then that little piece. Whatever that little piece is. What's this side? Okay, good. All right, now the little one, use the tick marks. We're going to do this. In between the 2 tick marks is a 4. In between the 2 tick marks is a 4. Opposite the single tick mark. Opposite the single tick mark is a 6. Opposite the double tick mark is an X. So if you have the angles measured, labeled, you can use those to help you label the sides. Now, we have to be able to set up a proportion. We're solving for x. X goes with what? We're gonna flip all the way over here. X and 9. The reason we drew the triangles the same way is because everything's in the same spot. 9 and x. 9 over x from here to here equals 12 over 6. Longest side to longest side, that side to that side. Now we can cross multiply and solve for x. 12x equals 54. Divide both sides by 12. X equals 4.5. Anybody able to tell me what that little piece is? What's that little guy? No. What's the length of this?
Oh, in the,
Think.
sorry.
You can do some algebra if you want, or you can use the scale factor. What's the scale factor here?
It's not,
2 over 1. It's 12 over 6. Everything in this triangle is half of everything in that triangle. 12, 6, 9, 4.5. So if this is 4, what does this length have to be? 8. So what's that? 2. Now, that's the way to mentally do it with the scale factor. We could use algebra. Let's say this was y. So this is 6 plus y. Now we can set up the same proportion. 12 over 6, or not the same proportion, but a similar proportion. 12 over 6 equals 6 plus y over 4. Cross multiply, 48 equals 36 plus 6y. 6y equals 12. Divide both sides by 6, y equals 2. That whole side length is 8. Okay? All right, in the next diagram, I'm going to mark the angles for you. Bam, bam. Redraw your triangles. Label your sides. See if you can then solve for x. You're only going to be able to use 2 of the 3 triangles that you redraw. Okay? So take a couple minutes. Let's see what we can do with that. You hate what, Oriana?
I don't like this.
The similar triangles?
How the hell am I supposed to?
Whoa, we're recording here, Oriana.
Well,
Just said HE double hockey sticks.
You said far worse on camera.
What's worse, angle side side or HE double hockey sticks? Angle side side's worse? You just figured out what angle side side stands for?
So how am I
Right
supposed
and left,
to
right and left.
understand?
So you're gonna draw this triangle right here. And then just draw 2 more in the same orientation, the
Yeah,
same.
that's what I did, but you just said there was 3 triangles.
There are 3 triangles.
Where? 1, 2, and then the whole thing itself.
1,
Uh-huh.
2, 3.
How do I make the triangle look like that?
You're not gonna turn anything around. You're just gonna draw 3 triangles that look like that.
Yeah,
A big one, a medium sized one, and a
You
little
have
one.
to turn that around.
Big, middle, medium, little. Don't flip
Oh,
anything.
wait, hold on. I think.
All 3 triangles should be in the same, am I using the right word, orientation, direction? Yeah,
No.
It should look the same as the big triangle.
correct. Yep, so you're gonna use those two. Yep. Nice. Yep. Nope. You didn't label it correct. Got the big ones, fine, 8 and X. Which one is this? X and 2. Yeah. Hold on, maybe it is. X is the hypotenuse. 2 is the. Yeah, oh yeah. 8. Yeah, I think it's right.
Wait, what?
I'm trying to flip it in my head.
Did I just do that right?
Yeah.
Nice.
4. 4. Boom. Yeah, I was trying to do it in my head and I was like, I put the wrong words in my head. Okay. We're getting it? 4?
I can't figure out how to do it. I don't know any of them.
Damn, hey. What the? Wow. Hamza, what'd you get? What'd you get? Let's say 4. So you didn't get 4? All right. Now, some of you did it without labeling the angles. You're kind of like turning it in your head. But again, look at, I'm drawing the first, that's not a good job. That's not a good job. Let me do a better job. I want to make the first one look exactly like that one. Ready? Bam. All right, that's pretty good. Okay, my right angle's there. My single tick mark's there. That angle's there. I'm going to draw my next 2 triangles without even looking at the diagram.
What?
My next 2 triangles are just going to look exactly like that triangle, except they're going to be smaller. Smaller one looks exactly like that one. See? And then an even smaller one that looks exactly like those 2. And put those tick marks all in the same spot.
Yeah, but this second.
This triangle is the big one.
No, but I'm saying the second one also doesn't have that. first-
Oh, the second small, it doesn't matter.
Well, then that's wrong.
It's not wrong. You'll see. This one is this one. It has those. It still has a right angle. And it still has that angle. It's just not labeled in that diagram.
This one doesn't have it.
It has it. Those angles are congruent. It's just not labeled.
Sure.
Similar triangles have congruent angles. Now, why are the triangles congruent in the first place? Because all you need is 2, right? So that's right, we only have 2 marked. But you can mark the third ones. If 2 angles in one triangle are congruent to 2 angles in the other triangle, then the third angles have to be congruent because they all have to add up to 180. Boom. Okay, so there's my marks. This one is the big one. This one is the medium dude. This one is the little guy. Okay, big dog, medium dude, little guy.
Wow.
8
Okay, the first one is easy because
X.
same thing.
Correct. Now use the angles. This is the medium one, right? Look at the medium one. Opposite the right angle. Opposite, oh, I don't know anything. Opposite the right angle, I don't know anything. Opposite the single tick mark. Shoot, I don't know anything. So opposite the right angle, I don't know anything. Opposite the single tick mark, I don't know anything. So the third angle, third side has to be 6. Now, the little dude. Opposite the right angle, we have an X. Opposite the double tick mark, nothing. The third side is 2.
Okay, so on the small triangle, they're 2 like they're not 90.
No, this one's not 90.
Yeah, I know that one isn't, but like it doesn't appear the same as in that one in your small little diagram.
Well, look at the smallest side is 2. Smallest side is 2. The biggest side is X. Biggest side is X. The longer leg I don't have marked. The longer leg I don't have marked. Okay. Now, if you look at the triangles now, I mean, yawning is okay, but then you got to make it loud. Like this is so boring. Okay, 8 what? Who does?
never said I didn't.
This is Jesus' favorite class.
Yeah, I like this class.
8 over X.
Besides Spanish.
8 over X. This is being recorded, you know, your Spanish teacher might hear that. You can say Spanish. Go ahead and say Spanish.
Me gusta el español
There you go.
mejor.
There you go. Okay. 8 over X equals X over 2. Okay? Hypotenuse, small guy, small guy. Small like small one. Cross multiply, X squared equals 16. Take the square root of both sides, X equals quattro. Sorry, I didn't roll my R.
Que tan inteligente.
Gente. I'll say like jalapenos, I'll say jalapenos sometimes. My kids are like,
Jalapeno.
what is that? Or there's a lot of people that say jalapenos.
I've never heard of that.
Really?
It's almost as I say quesadillo.
Quesadilla. Tortillo. Tortilla instead of,
But like-
yeah.
People who speak Chinese, they don't like it when I do it, but I find it upsetting.
Okay, let's do another one. You guys ready? Put another one on there. Let's do, how much time we got? We got time? We got time for an angle, and then we're gonna talk about a side one. And we did dilations yesterday. We can, if we have time, we can do another shadow mirror example,
Yes.
but those are just like all these other ones, right? This, just pretend, all you gotta do is like, all right, here's the shadow. Here's the shadow. Here's the height of the tree. Here's the height of whatever, right?
I
And
don't know
it's
how,
the
but
same thing.
those are a lot more easier than whatever this is.
Those are easier?
Yeah, the triangle mirror ones are so much more easy to do.
I agree.
Having to put this triangle in there, put it on a specific side, and then.
Well, how you gotta flip everything around. Agreed. These are harder. But I think we're getting the hang of it now.
Yeah.
Maybe. Better? Okay.
I don't know. It was just a little confusing. But now we put it. Fine. Yeah.
When we were on remote learning and I would do this and say, work on the problem, what would you guys do? You would actually work on the problem? You wanna go on your phones?
I try, and then I hear you guys.
Run to the bathroom?
So I tried it, and I realized I like. Math is the only test we really have to take.
There is only two. If you remember what we did Wednesday, you don't have to use similar triangles to find y. If you remember what we did Wednesday, you don't need similar triangles to find y.
Hold on. No, I haven't so far.
I'm hoping I put the triangle.
Oh, I did it wrong.
I don't think I missed it. So that was a question.
You can draw the two triangles, yeah? 12 over x.
No, that's not, wait, hold on.
Equals 10 over.
No, it would be 8.
Yes, very good. Now, this problem, I mean, you don't necessarily have to redraw, I mean, on any of them, I guess you don't have to redraw the two triangles if you can see the corresponding sides.
What is it? No, I'm just asking what's 12 times 8?
96.
Oh.
Wait.
No, you could.
8 over 2, 9 over 1. Yeah.
I got my answer.
For Y, you don't even need similar triangles. Were you here Wednesday? Okay, remember what we did Wednesday with the parallel lines? Side splitter theorem? No.
I forgot it.
It was like, I mean, it was confusing. He didn't do
Can I show you?
Another minute or so?
The two for one.
You do it already, Fuku? Or you're like, I'm done with all this. Ready for the quiz.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, take it, take it. So do you get?
What's my timetable?
I can't think about that.
So I got the, I got it on the last day of school.
I don't expect that. I like school.
I mean, does it really require anything else? Memorizing all the.
What's up? Yeah, yeah. Okay, we ready?
I'm almost done.
What's the rule or thing that was a side splitter theorem thing that I talked about on Friday? What was I talking about? How I don't need similar triangles? What do I mean? What am I talking about? What proportion can we set up based on side splitter theorem? 8/2, yeah, okay, good. 8/2 equals 9/y. This over this, this over this. The parallel lines divide those other sides proportionally. You could also do 2/y, 8/9. You could do y/2, 9/8. The one you can't do is with like 2/9, 8/y. You can't cross, right? You got to stay consistent. So that's a proportion to solve for y. You don't even need the similar triangles. So we could just do 8y equals 18. Divide both sides by 8. 2 1/4. 2 1/4, 2.25. Okay? Good with that one? Now for the other one, I mean, if you could see the sides that match up, the corresponding sides, you don't even have to write the similar triangles or redraw them. 12 is this side, X is this side. Now 12 is the bottom of the big triangle. X is the bottom, or sorry, left side of the big triangle. X is the left side of the little triangle. 12 is part of the big triangle. Go to this side. 12 over, what's that whole length in the big triangle? 10. In the little triangle, what's that whole length? 8. Now, if it helps, redraw the little triangle and redraw the big triangle. We got 10, 12, 9 plus y. And we got 8x, 9. See it? Now it's easier. 12 over x, 10/8. We could even use this to solve for y. If you wanted to do similar triangles and a little more work. 10/8, y plus 9/9. Okay? All right, cross multiply here. 10x equals 96. Divide both sides by 10. 9.6. Okay? Good? All right, let's do a side one. So when we're talking about, or side, when we're talking about similar triangles and proving triangles are similar, right? The question will be, are the triangles similar? Why? And then name the similar triangles. So are the triangles similar? You would say yes or no. The answer to why would be angle, angle, side, 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 or side, angle, side. Remember that? And in this diagram, if we have to name the similar triangles, P, Q, R, S, T, we would say Q, R, S. Triangle Q, R, S is similar to triangle PRT, right? PRT, matching it up. Q to R to S, P to R to T. Okay? All right. So, number 4. I don't want to write all 3 of those questions. I don't have enough time. Are the triangles similar? Why? Name them. Why do I have the same back? I don't know. What am I like? There you go. I was talking to myself, so when I'm talking to myself, I can just mumble, because I know what I wanna, I know what I'm thinking, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Can't snap this one, so that's why I just go, instead of. No, just make it three ways at once. What is it? Jealous? You get jealous? Yeah. You do.
It looks like you're gonna break your finger.
It's like the suction, you know how you stick your finger in the bottom, and pull it out, and it goes. It's the same thing, you take the air out.
How do you do it through the mask though?
You gotta be cool. What?
How do you do it through the mask?
Through the mat, oh, through the mask? It's louder without it.
Damn.
Okay, are they similar?
Yeah.
What? What do you mean?
How do they work? Because they have the same. scale
4
factor.
times 4 is 16. 6 times 4 is 24.
Okay, yeah, okay, so I was right. They're not-
Tricked you.
it was the-
Because they have the
right?
same.
It still works. Yeah, this one was flipped over here.
That's
You
so-
gotta go smallest with smallest, largest with largest. The 4
When do you do that?
goes with the 16. 4 over 16. The 7 goes with the 28. 7 over 28. The 6 goes with the 24. 6 over 24. If you put all of those in lowest terms, you reduce all those fractions, you get 1 over 4. What do we call? I'm not in the screen. What do we call the 1 over 4?
Yeah, that's right.
Scale factor, right? For every 1 unit here, we do it 4. So are the triangles similar?
Yeah.
Why?
Side.
Side, side, side.
Oh.
All 3 sides have the same ratio. What did you say?
Because they have the same scale factor.
Oh, yeah, which is the same thing as side, 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 yeah. All 3 sides have the same scale factor, which means side, side, side. Okay, now we gotta name the similar triangles. So if I say triangle ABC, now when we say they're similar, we have to say what triangle? AB goes with LM, BC goes with LN,
Oh, yeah.
and then AC goes with MN. So what's the triangle? Hold on, let's get the triangle first. Triangle, what are we naming it?
LN.
What?
L.
No, you want to start with L?
Yeah, why? No. Wait,
LMN?
wait, are you, wait, hold on, pause. Oh, and
Are we matching it up?
Would it be, like, hold on.
Here, let's do something else to help. Let's do something else to help, okay? I'll put a single tick mark on it. A was across from 7.
Oh, no, it should be.
Here's
N.
28. 7 went with 28. M is across from 28. B, I'll put 2 tick marks on. B is across from the 6. So where should the 2 tick marks go here? 6 went with the 24. So now does that help?
Oh, there's so much.
A had 1 tick mark. M has 1 tick mark. B had 2 tick marks. L has 2 tick marks, N would be the third one. If you're not sure too, you can just write the letters in and then see, does this one go with this one? Does this one go with this one? Right? You can just do that. And then if it doesn't work, erase it, make another guess. It only will take 3 guesses. There's only 3 different ways to write them. Okay? All right, somebody had a question. Camille? It goes, because when I went here to here, it was times 4. So I just gotta see which, does any of the other ones do times 4? Okay, because if it's not times 4, like if I couldn't do another one times 4, then we would just say, no, they're not similar. All right? Okay, so the other problems were, the shadow mirror problems, and then dilations we talked about yesterday, shadow mirror problems we did earlier this week. All right, the quiz is on Monday. So review your notes, go back and look at pages 17 to 19, which was the review for the quiz that you guys worked on. Shoot, I think that was last Friday, right? So look at all that stuff, and then we'll be taking that quiz on Monday. All right, how do I do this?